Hey, welcome back, guys. Here's that case I was telling you about. I'm going to give you a quick overview here. It's from Segotep. It's the Phoenix T1. Never mind the mess behind it, around it. It's got a small work area, so we're going to make do with what we got. But nice and roomy inside. I like the fact that it's got 3 hinges here instead of just 2 like on some cases. Helps get things lined up. It is a hinged up. Too much of a mess. Anyway. It's magnetic, so it closes. It's got a nice magnetized. This is nice and ventilated. I'll find out when we open that up to see if there's a filter behind it. Don't show them too much. Anyway, it's got velcro straps here on the side. It's got a grommet. For those who don't know, this is where all your cables come out, up through the top here, which is one of the reasons I like this case, is because, sit. Good door. Right, get down in here. If you look right here, this is where your CPU socket is. Okay, and then like my other case, and I'll throw up a picture of it real quick. The GPU card sits vertical, eliminating any chance of sag because it's already standing up. They also make a another bracket which allows you to turn it so instead of sitting this way, it sits this way. And I don't know if it's included in the case. If it's not, for the cost of the case, I think they should include it, but even if it's not, it's still, it's still fine. It's got plenty of standoffs already in place. We'll find out when we go to install things if they line up. You got plenty of ventilation back here for a triplet radiator, three 120s. You can also get 3 120s up here in the front, and we'll go through all of that when we start building. So let me switch positions here, put the phone on a stand, and put a towel on the table so we don't scratch up our case. And we'll get started. See you in a minute. 2. All right, we're going to start looking at the inside of the back here. There is a lot of room back here for cable management. We've got lots of included Velcro spots. As you can see, they've already got some of the cable, the internal cables for your front I/O in a channel, and gives you an idea how you can set it up. You got plenty of spaces for hard drives. Here's a little accessory kit that comes with it. Probably should have pulled this out first. This is going to have, little rubber covers for your I/O. An assortment of screws that you need for the case, as well as some zip ties, which will probably make very liberal use of those. Plus you got another spot down here for another hard drive, 3.5 inch. And as you can see, there's plenty of hard drive space available on here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you go on top here. So yeah, 6. And if you need more than that, then you really need to build yourself a server. Anywho, so let's move to, let's see. This is the back. Again, we have zip ties out here to help manage your cables coming out. There's a spot for your power supply. Go to the inside. I already showed this earlier. This is where you set your motherboard. They do not include the other GPU riser for this. I really wish they would, but it is what it is. We'll deal with what we got. And slide this up this way. Oops, messing up my towel. Anywho, the bottom has a screen, lifts out this way, toward the front of the case, so you don't have to worry about trying. The other Segotep case I have, it had come out the back. This makes this part a lot easier. So that's a nice change from the previous case. This case is a lot bigger than the other case. Well, maybe not a lot bigger, but it is definitely bigger. So if space is an issue for you, as far as where you're going to put your computer, then, you know, double check your measurements, of course. I have plenty of space, and you know, the only thing I can see that I think they should have included was some, see, yeah, you should be able to see right here, the rubber grommets for here. That would have been a nice touch. It's not a deal breaker for me. I'm actually going to swipe those out of my other Segotep case. So it's got rubber grommets. It doesn't really need them. It's not like the case is going to be jostled around all the time where wires could rub, but it just gives a nice finishing touch. Other than that, I think it's actually time. Oh, fan numbers. We got room for a fan here, a single 120. You can put 3 120s or 2 140s up front. And of course, you got room back here for an AIO, 3 120s or 2 140s. So I'm going to take and put an AIO in the back, fans up front and in the top here. Almost forgot this part. The front has a magnetized filter in the front, and this is mesh up in here in the front cover. Depending on where you live, you might be able to get away with just the mesh cover. If you're in a very dusty environment, you want to use both, of course. But it also depends on how hot your system is. If you have a very, very hot system and you live in a very arid environment, then you may want to forego one of the filters, because this mesh is really nice. It's nice and fine, but it's not so big that, you know, it allows the dust to pass through. This will work as a filter if you're not in a very dusty environment. If you are, then you will definitely want to use the aforementioned screen one that goes in the very front. So I forgot this part, and now it's in there. Base up here, and yeah. So I'm not going to bore you guys to death with a bunch of building. This is the case review. So for the next video, I'll have footage of me putting bits and pieces in here. But for this video, that's it for now. And until next time, oh yeah, well, there'll be a link below for the case. Like I said, Segotep is a great company. As you guys know, I've worked with a couple of their other products. I have no issues with their products or their customer service. Their customer service has always been top-notch and on hand. So anytime I've had a question about something, they've always answered it immediately, you know, given the time zone differencing and everything. So that being said, until the next video where I start putting stuff in it, peace.